Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here. I want to basically apologize for not making any videos for the past couple of days. I have been sick and I just didn't have the energy to make any videos. I still don't have that much energy, but I'm going to make this one for you guys today at least. Now, when it comes to this video that I'm making for you guys today, I do realize that I am probably going to get a little hate from certain individuals out there that have these specific narratives that they want to push forth. That is okay though. I always say that one cannot make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, of course. I want you guys to take a look at this man. Now I know that you guys know who this is. However, just in case some of you don't know who this is, he goes by the name of George Zimmerman. He was responsible for killing an unarmed teenager, Trayvon Martin, back in the year of 2012. Unfortunately, Zimmerman was found not guilty in 2013, and as a direct result of this verdict, there was a lot of outrage and anger all across the country. I support this anger and I support this outrage because this killing was not justified, and we are going to get into this a little bit later on in the video. Now, this walking and talking skid mark on the underpants of society has become even more disgusting over the years. He has been known to say that taking Martin's life was part of God's plan, basically. He says, and I quote, "I believe God has his plans, and for me to second guess them would be hypocritical, almost blasphemous." It seems to me, George, that you and this alleged God of yours have some things in common, actually. I mean, you both like to kill innocent people for no reason whatsoever. Then you and this alleged God shift the blame onto the victims and everyone else. It's kind of pathetic, if you ask me. I say alleged God because this whole God concept is a fairy tale to me. George Zimmerman then affirmed his belief in the Almighty after he retweeted a photo of his victim's dead body, saying that he had made an honest mistake. He says, and I quote, "As many have learned about me throughout my trial and subsequent events, I hold my Christian values very close. I believe that me knowingly retweeting that image would not be looked upon favorably by God. Therefore, I would not do it." Wait a minute, George. Come on now. This would be a direct contradiction to your alleged God's position. You see, he was proud of what he did, and he wanted everyone to know about his work. So why would he frown upon you retweeting that picture like an idiot? You're being a little inconsistent here, George. Besides, we all know why you retweeted that photo. You did that because you wanted to aggravate Martin's family even more. You were basically saying, "Look what I did, and there is nothing that you can do about it." This poor excuse for a human being has basically sunk to a new low by putting the gun that he used to kill Trayvon Martin up for auction. It seems to me that he basically wants to cash in on someone else's expense. I actually hope that he uses the money to buy a brain because to me he doesn't have one. Here is part of what he put on the ad to auction off his gun. "I am honored and humbled to announce the sale of an American firearm icon. The firearm for sale is the firearm that I was using to defend my life and end the brutal attack from Trayvon Martin on 2/26/2012. Zimmerman added that the money from the auction will go to a good cause like fighting the Black Lives Matter movement, among other things. The friendly atheist put it quite nicely when he said that the auction text oozes class, even ending with a Latin saying. Now is your opportunity to own a piece of American history. Good luck, your friend George M. Zimmerman. Si vis pacem para bellum, which means if you want peace, prepare for war. You fucking idiot. There was peace before you started this war, Zimmerman. I just want you to know that. Now let's get back to the murder. George Zimmerman says that the firearm for sale is the firearm that he was using to defend his life and end the brutal attack from Trayvon Martin, right? There has been this argument going around that George Zimmerman had every right to defend his life. Here's why I think that this argument is wrong, and here's why I think that Zimmerman actually wanted to do what he did. When Zimmerman first made the 911 call, the dispatch told him not to pursue this any further. They told him not to follow Trayvon Martin and to leave him alone. Instead of taking the advice and waiting for the police to get there, George Zimmerman took it upon himself to disobey a direct order by following Trayvon Martin anyway. As a result of this, a young teenager was killed, unfortunately. That is why I think that this was murder. One of the things, guys, that irritates me the most about this is the fact that I learned that after the death of Trayvon, They wanted to examine his blood for drugs, and they wanted to look into his background. The reason why I say this irritates me is because of the fact that they didn't even bother looking into Zimmerman's background or checking his blood, despite the fact that he does have a history of violence. This is an example of extreme bias going on here. What else can I say? The justice system, in many ways, is full of shit.